a new relationship for the two nations.
David Blevins, our Ireland correspondent, alongside me here at Dublin Castle. And David, you've spent many years chronicling the peace process that led to the Good Friday Peace Accords of 1998. There are many people who didn't expect to see this day.
Indeed, Colin, the paramilitary ceasefires of nearly 20 years ago and the subsequent Good Friday Agreement, or Belfast Agreement as it's officially known, was one bookend, if you like, at the beginning of the peace process. The arrival of Her Majesty the Queen in the Irish Republic is the other bookend, at the other end. It effectively draws a line under the troubled past between Britain and Ireland and enables the two governments to begin a new chapter. They want the world to see that they have normal relations now, and given the current economic climate, of course, they've never needed each other more. So these are extraordinary pictures we're watching from Baldonnel Aerodrome, just outside Dublin, where they have never before received a British monarch as a foreign head of state. When the Queen's grandfather arrived here a century ago, he did so as King of Britain and Ireland. His granddaughter comes, as I say, as a foreign head of state and will be received as such with a ceremonial welcome briefly here on the runway and then subsequently at the official residence of the Irish President.
Well, it's 100 years in the making, this moment. Let's just try and absorb some of the atmosphere there as some of the visiting dignitaries arrive ahead of that honour guard there, waiting for first sight of Queen Elizabeth, who, as Alistair Bruce points out, and it is worth remembering, is now 85 years of age and still making these important state visits. Almost 40 motorcycle outriders, you just caught a glimpse of them there ahead of the official cavalcade. The VIP entourage boarding the aircraft, the Royal Standard in that lead Range Rover there as well, waiting to take away the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh as well.
Colin, we've seen in the welcoming party there the Irish Foreign Affairs Minister, Eamon Gilmore, accompanied by his wife, welcoming the Queen to Ireland on her first state visit here. Alongside him is the British Ambassador to Ireland, Julian King. They've worked very hard to make this moment possible, and suitably dressed in emerald green, Her Majesty the Queen becomes the first British monarch to set foot in the Irish Republic.
Broad smile and handshakes for the dignitaries. Alistair Bruce has commentated on many a state visit like this, but few have held the significance that this one holds, Alistair.
Ireland, the only country that she had been prevented through political difficulties from visiting throughout her long reign of nearly 60 years. She has arrived and is now starting with each footstep a pace towards a better relationship between two neighbouring countries that have so much to share and so much to look forward to living and working together to achieve. It's traditional for Her Majesty to receive, as a gesture, a bouquet which in its own way represents the hope and spirit of this event. She looks incredibly happy to be here, and as David points out, wearing emerald green before she steps into the Range Rover to take her to the formal reception which will take place when Her Majesty arrives at the presidential home of the President of Ireland. I'm receiving a salute from the commander of the escort, who will take Her Majesty in a motorcade of motorcycles all the way into Dublin and to that official reception between the two heads of state.
It's worth making the point, isn't it, David Blevins, that we don't necessarily expect to see crowds as such assembled along the route. partly that's a reflection of the security that's been brought to bear, not so much here at Baldonnel and the military aerodrome, but much more so in Dublin in particular.